Okay, Gray's apparently getting situated. I'm also trying to get situated here. We're gonna be moving to his stream because, as per usual, every time he starts a stream, the DBOG stage just crashes. Okay. Okay, if he's live, I'm just gonna go straight to the stream. Okay, it's giving me so much trouble just to show this.
Well, let's get started. First and foremost, I think everyone kind of has given time to show up. So I wanted to say hello. Thank everyone for tuning in and watching. Happy to see you guys again. It is April 4th. No, not April 4th. Jesus, April 11th. April 11th is the day that it is today. And we're here. Going over a quick summary. I wanted to go over a couple things. We're going to start with simple paths information, where we're at in development.
Let me pull it up on my computer.
Shortly after that, we're also going to be including some information of some other stuff that's coming alongside paths, because we do have more that isn't just paths that's coming out, as we usually do. So we'll be doing that. So Jesus, I can't talk today. We'll be going over some of that stuff as well. So yeah, I guess if everyone's ready, let us get started. So, I'm gonna start right there, real nice and simple. Paths 2 is currently in development. It's at its cycle where we're adding cutscenes, we're creating techniques, and we're getting everything built and settled up. Missions are going to be tested soon, but we are making really good progress. When it comes to the development cycle, and I hopefully can explain this to everyone in the best way I can, the things we've had to do to this game to get some of these paths to work is absurd. Part of the reason why it's already the 11th and we haven't had the game out is because
okay, there we go. Hold up. I'm still trying to get set up here. Because of course YouTube, Discord just does not like me on my computer.
I'm not saying delayed, Jesus. Holy, you know what? You make me want to delay Golden Fury 4291. Yeah, I'm calling you out, Golden Fruity 4291. Yeah, we're November, we're gonna push it to December. What was your name again? Golden Fruity 4291.
Did bro just call him Golden?
This is by your name. This is your fault, man. You did this to us. You did this to all of us. Anyways, I'm gonna stop trolling. So, the progress is going pretty good. We've done a lot of stuff. We had to do a lot of rewrites. It's taking us a little longer than we anticipated because of the fact that we've had to rewrite a lot of this, but we should still be, for the most part, on schedule. But there is a lot of good stuff in the works. I would like to say, just from what I've been seeing in comparison to perhaps part 1, and something that you can very clearly tell is the techniques for this update are going to be a lot more well thought out and well developed. Now that we have everything kind of in place and the system's been fully completed. So the techniques in this update are significantly higher quality, and I can begin by showing you guys one of the first new techniques. Let me see the best way I can show you guys this on the YouTube. This is the early work in progress. More work has been done to it, but I feel like this is probably the best I can show you without giving it all away. So let me
Alright, so I already uploaded my video. I uploaded my video a lot later than I did because I ended up going to sleep, but I did get it up a couple hours before this.
Capture. We're just gonna display capture, and I'll just pull it like full screen. Hang on.
Did bro just call me SSB Yokai? Bro. Do I look like Yokai Watch to you, dude? Come on.
Okay, we're gonna do it like this. How do I? Okay, cool. I got it to show on the YouTube. On the YouTube, bro. My fucking dinosaur, bro. Things I say sometimes. Anyways, let's see. I'm waiting to see if it pops up on stream. You guys see it on stream? Do you guys see the Okay, I think it is here on stream. It's not on stream. I see it on my stream. Oh, you can see it now? Okay, the stream is gonna be delayed. Okay. So I think I'll have to give it like an extra 15 seconds on YouTube. Again, guys, if you want to see the sneak, I'm gonna show you. It's on YouTube. Some of you might be able to read the thing it says there. This is one of the techniques that's coming. This will be Mordekai's technique, their secondary technique, and I'm just gonna hit play and kind of show you what we've got going on.
Bro.
So very simple. I'll play it again. So this is gonna be the Mordekai Scythe. It's one of the techniques that you can pull out.
So I was kind of afraid of that.
It is a very good technique. It's got a lot of buffs that constantly have, and it'll give you, I believe, one move, maybe two moves. It'll give you 1 or 2 moves as well. So it's a very strong technique. For those of you who are key Mordekais, you're gonna be eating good. Pretty sure it's gonna have a custom animation fighting style to it, right, Chang? Or is it? Yeah, it's gonna have its own custom animation. So I'll play it one more time. For the video here, just everyone who missed the first couple times, they can see it again, and I'll play it once again right after. To see what my friends is playing Red M. But yeah, very, very nice. So it's very, very cool. It's gonna have obviously more effects to it, and it's gonna have a lot more. Again, this is an older version of the sneak that I wanted to show. But that's something that's gonna be coming. So we have a lot more care and attention onto the techniques this time around. Everything's been thought through, everything's been developed. So it's gonna be really nice. The races that were lacking in techniques for Paths Part 1 got significant more attention for techniques for Path Part 2 to make them a little bit better. Going forward, we kind of want it to kind of be this way where techniques are more prevalent and used. So we want to also make them more feasible for PvE and PvP content. So that's kind of what we've been planning. I'll send, by the way, for those of you who are curious, I'll send all the sneaks that I'm showing in this video into the Sneak Peeks channel after the stream is done. I just want to kind of establish everything. Moving on. The forms that have cutscenes look really good. Again, we've had to kind of recode how the forms work altogether, because before they were very inefficient. Some of them were laggy and had like some choppiness to it. Most of that should be gone. This coming update, we've put a lot of work into remaking the system and making it more modular, so it's also easier for us to add forms and cutscenes. So we had to do a very big rewrite to get it to kind of work. Part of that, we did have our old dev who is no longer on the team. He used to be the main guy who would do all the forms, and he would do them all by himself. He would plan them out, make the forms, get the effects. He would do the whole thing, and that was our old dev, Red. Great guy. He's no longer a team. He just felt like he wanted to focus on college. We completely respect that, and now he's moved on to that. The main thing is right now is, since we've had that swap to a new dev, the new visual dev or the forms isn't, what's the word for it? He's not super into Dragon Ball. A difference between devs, and I'm not comparing them to be negative, by the way, I'm just stating basic facts, is the new dev isn't as Dragon Ball oriented, if that makes sense. So he doesn't know 100% what's coming. That also means that because he doesn't know exactly what to add, we do have to reach out to other devs to make particles, cutscenes, animations, etc. And we do have to guide them more. So, and not to know, someone said he's not asked at all. He's phenomenal. He's doing a great job with the code. He rewrote most of the systems. He's doing a great job. I don't want it to make it seem like we're saying he's terrible, because I'm saying he's incredible. We love him. He's doing great at what he's doing. But he's not as... Yeah, that's a perfect way to put it. The new guy isn't as creative as Red was, but the new guy is better than the old at coding systems themselves. So they're both great guys, but I wanted to explain to you why things have been different. It's because we've had to reach out to different artists and different teams to create different things. So I mainly wanted to kind of explain to you the process of swapping between a dev that did it all for a form to multiple devs working together to make better forms, in a sense. So that's part of the reason why cutscenes are going to have more attention to them, but they're also going to be better altogether. Some more time will pass. That being said, we might have gotten a little carried away. Right now, there are 23 paths.
Okay.
One of the reasons why we might be taking a little bit longer, well, it's sorry, I'll correct myself. There's 22 paths, but there's 23 in a sense of hybrids are for, Primal is for half Saiyans and Saiyans. So there's 23 currently, 22 realistically. 22 different paths, 23 options, because hybrids can go one or two ways, just to correct myself. The thing is, we've ended up making 2 more paths. So there will be a total of 25 options in this update. There is a new path that you may have expected, and a new path that you may not have expected, but makes total sense to be in the game. So that's all I can really say. I'm not going to leak any information, but for those of you who like to play with paths, there's going to be 2 more. So I hope that's something.
There's gonna be a Bojack path in there, Gray. That's all I'm saying.
Some other good news in correlation to having new paths. There is a big question that a lot of people have that I'm hoping I can answer now is people are questioning how the new path forms are going to work, because obviously past part 1 you had to do missions and then you got your form. How is paths part 2 going to function right after that? We've decided that ultimately the path missions made paths as fun as they were. So to obtain your paths part 2, there will be more quests and missions for you to do as well.
Yeah, kind of figured.
It's not going to be very simple where paths part 2 is just you get your new form, pop it, boom, you're done. There will be more missions alongside each path.
And that's what I was like
each path has different missions. We do have
is that we'd expect to do like several more path missions, like a couple more raids and stuff like that.
So your paths part 1 had a lot of search quests. Your paths part 2 isn't going to have as many search quests. It's going to be a different thing. So those who struggled paths part 1, you're probably going to have an easier time with paths part 2. Those who didn't struggle with paths part 1, you might end up struggling a little bit more with paths part 2. That's just kind of the way we're going to be going about it. So it's not going to be as simple as like, oh, just transform, boom, I'm in paths part 2. It'll be more missions, so you actually have to progress. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, don't be lazy, guys. Don't be lazy.
About what next?
Who keeps asking Super Saiyan 5, dude? God, chill. Not getting that.
With paths is something excited that a lot of people have been talking about for a long time. And I'm
now I see that there's just people calling Super Saiyan 6
on stream.
What's next? We're gonna see Super Saiyan 7 in the chat.
I completely forgot to download the image.
What? And then Super Saiyan 8 after that? Like, bro, can you chill out with that? There's like some people that's trolling, and I know for a fact there's some people that's like trying to be like dead ass. Like that one, bro's probably not even trolling at that
There's
point.
not going to be much context to it, but I do have to explain it. Let me come back here.
Brother, how the fuck does that look like these?
Before I talk about it, so give it a second.
That's the Vegito hairstyle, bro.
Okay, I see it on my stream, so I'm assuming it's going to be there for most people. So
the devs already confirmed that Beast is not coming out, obviously. So I don't know why we're
the errors in this game have been really, really unoptimized. That being said, we have gone through almost every single hair. Almost. There's still a little bit left. We've gone through almost every single hair. Let me go over the summary for the hairs. There are over 130 new models or remodels for hairs. Most, and this is the part where we still have more time, most of them have been rigged and animated and have been re-rigged and animated. For those of you who don't understand what it means by that, it means that before, the hair had multiple different strands that would move around, and they would have a lot of them, making the animation for the flowing hairs unoptimized. It has been re-optimized. We've reduced how many bones there are, part of the hair that makes the hairs jiggle around, and had made it significantly less laggy. So the hairs used to cause a good performance, or eat up a lot of performance. We reduced how much it is, and that's been done. There are over 20 new hair models for males and females collectively, plus variants, plus some of them will be unisex, which means that some of these hairs will be available for both female and male body types. We've revamped a lot of the older variant styles, and we've revamped all Super Saiyan 3. There are some extra...
Don't ask questions, just know that I typed that.
Basically, the new hair dev is Satez. He used to be a dev back in the DBOR days. That was several years ago, and now he's back and he's working on hairs. He's done a phenomenal job, as you can see, the one sneak I have here. I'm going to showcase the next one real quick, because there is another one. Oh, wait, I got to give it a different name before I save it. We're gonna...
What we got?
This one up. Okay. And then this is the next one here.
Does that look different? It's like,
So,
it's the Gogeta hair, obviously, but like, does that look different?
There are still some extra hairs in the works, but they probably won't come until after Parse Part 2. But there is more coming even after Part 2.
I swear that looks different, bro.
So, hair's got a lot of attention, and that is coming with Paths Part 2. So there's a lot of cool stuff. We're finally getting more female hair options, with I know it's been lacking in this game. A lot of the female options have been lacking for hairs. We finally put some attention there. So again, huge thank you to Satez for putting in the huge amount of work you did, remodeling and modeling. Over 130 hair models is not an easy task whatsoever, and re-rigging them and reanimating them. So huge shout out to you. You did an incredible job. Thank you for working. And I'm excited for people to be able to check them out in game when it does come out. Moving on. Moving a little bit away from paths. Something that is more than likely to come with paths. We haven't 100% decided it. It would mainly depend on how far we get. Let me save this image here, and I'm about to put it up on stream. Let's see here. Okay. One of the new things that we have coming is new UI. So we have been working on new UI for a while now. It is significantly better. It's more stylized, and it has a lot more overall detail and care put into it. By the way, there I saw some confusion. I said UI. I do mean user interface, not UI as in Ultra Instinct. So from this point onward, if I say UI, I mean user interface, aka your HUD, your hotbar. There is new UI for the character health bar, the enemy health bar, the skill list, the menu, the mastery list, the main menu. Everything's getting new UI. Dialogue, it's just everything. The whole game is getting brand new UI. Whole entire rework. It's going to be more animated. It's going to have a lot more detail. Like, for example, a cool feature that was showcased for this, you guys see the little arrow here. if you guys click on this, you'll be able to just hide your buffs
Bro,
directly.
why are we typing
Over
L,
here,
bro?
we're probably gonna put stat buff. Can you guys see my mouse? I think you guys can see my mouse.
The new UI looks good. Why are we
you guys able to see
typing
my mouse?
L?
Okay, I don't. Oh, you see my mouse. Okay. You can't see anything. I mean, I'm streaming on YouTube. Let me do something. Okay, so you'll be able to click this little icon here to hide your buffs, or hide your 2 times, and you can press this button up here to hide your buffs in case you have any. Another thing is whenever you get hit, your health bar will dynamically update. So when you take damage, the green bar will go down. It'll leave like a green drop shadow. And once enough time has passed where you're not taking consistent damage, that bar will actually update and go down. So it's just one of the new things we're putting to put more quality and detail into this game. There's a lot of new UI. So it's going to be nice to see the new changes. But yeah, that's something we got going on for the new UI. The old system is better, respectfully? Nuh-uh.
Yeah, if we're
convince me, bro.
nerfing Super Saiyan 4, yeah, we're gonna need that patch
I think
reset,
I might
bro.
be able
I'm
to
sorry.
have for now for the stream. If there's something else I want
I don't
want
wanna be that guy, but,
I
like...
think that's everything when it comes to sneaks. So let me hide
I
that,
don't want...
hide that.
I just
Okay.
don't wanna have to deal with just constant nerfs to paths and then just not have an option to reset them.
Moving on.
I'm not gonna reset any of my paths, but, like...
The next thing I
for
want to
everyone
talk about
else,
is
like,
I'm
that
going to
should be an
send
option available.
link. The link I'm going to send is a simple questionnaire. Let me get the link, and I'm going to send this in main announcements. This is mainly for us, but it will help. I sent a Google Forms, which will have you make a checklist. It'd be helpful if everyone can go in there and kind of vote on, or not vote, but do a checklist to see what paths you guys use. That way we're able to kind of see the detail there. So I sent that, so if you guys can submit that form, let me write it down better. Please help fill out this form for our records. This will be useful in terms of cycle forms. Essentially, I would like to see how many paths people have selected. And that would help kind of give us an idea of like which paths have the most amount of players, which paths have the least amount of players. So it would be helpful if you guys could fill that out for us. Let's see here. Let me open this. Okay. And I think next I am going to read out some questions. Oh, almost completely forgot. Something about the UI rework. One of the reasons why we're also redoing the UI is because we had to restructure the code because we also do want to enable full mobile compatibility in the near future. To restate this, essentially, right now, there is mobile support, but it's with a controller. The idea is to do mobile support without the controller and just being able to do on your iPad or iPhone or tablet or whatever mobile device you have. So that's one of the main reasons why we are also doing some of this new UI, because we have to recode it for support for mobile. So that's something that will be coming at some point this year. That's one of our goals. So we've shown Super Saiyan Blue. Hopefully we'll have another trailer for you guys sometime soon, maybe next week, or maybe the week after that, and we'll have another thing to show off. So that'll be kind of the timeline for when you're going to get another sneak peek. Going forward, I think it's time to answer questions. So The way I'm gonna go about this is I'm probably gonna read the questions from YouTube chat. So I'm gonna type a message in YouTube chat, and essentially, after my message, I will be reading the questions. So, well, actually, hang on. I might have to use Discord because YouTube doesn't have a slow mode, and I see people spamming questions. I don't think I'll be able to read them. Okay, I'm gonna read questions from YouTube. Sadly, there's too much spamming in YouTube. I can't read any of these. And like I scroll up and just like defaults back down. So I'm gonna have to read them on YouTube. So let me see here. So I'm gonna read questions on Discord. I'm gonna send a message on Discord, and I'm gonna read the questions after that. So wait until after my message. I'm gonna send the message now in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh geez, oh geez, oh geez. Okay. All right. First question from Arc Ostroyer. Will there be more side quests like instant transmission? The answer is yes. We do have some plans for new kind of like special techniques or modes that require special missions. So we're going to be working on adding more of these at some point. What's coming? I have no way of answering that for certain currently because we're so locked in onto paths. But the idea is to do more quests like this to unlock special techniques. Will you be looking for a bit of potentially voice acting in the trailers? I was considering it on the trailer I recently dropped for ROF. We were planning to do some voice acting. However, we didn't fully, we didn't have enough time really to properly make a script. So that's something I'm potentially gonna do at some point when the next, probably more so for this past trailer because it'll be more planned out. More character slots, please. Unfortunately, 12 is our limit for DBOG when it comes to slots. When you load in, there's a lot of data that you load, and sadly, after 12 slots, there is a huge performance decrease for a DBOG. So unfortunately, 12 slots is more than likely going to be the limit for a long time. Let me read here. I'm trying to read questions that I haven't read. Mr. _dating, will Tuffles be eating Gray? Tuffles will be eating, bro. Trust. From Grimboats, good question here. What will the path level requirement be? We do not know 100% what the path level requirement is going to be. We have analytics in game to kind of get what the majority of players are and their average level. There is no guarantee to what it's going to be. However, we don't think it's going to be current max level. That's currently what we're thinking with what we see for now. That could change, but what we're thinking now is it's not going to be max level, but it will be near max level. That is in game currently. Is there going to be any means of changing your path in future? I'm assuming you said in the future and not like in future as in future Earth. If so, then the answer is yes. For Alex, rip the bandage off Gray. How many mastery points are we gonna need? It would really depend on the path, but I've said this before and I'll say it again. If you want to be prepared for this update, you should grind some mastery points. That's all I can say. Is Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken coming? We're not 100% sure. We have a technique for Blue in mind that isn't Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Obviously, we have to rework Kaioken first. When we do rework Kaioken, it'll come alongside a special interaction with Super Saiyan Blue. Whether Kaioken rework is coming now or after, that would be up to how we are in paths. But realistically, surely after paths, in case we don't do Kaioken remastered during paths, it'll be right shortly after. Similar to kind of like how Legendary had a form shortly after paths. So it'll be kind of the similar situation. Guest unknown, is Triclops going to be goated in paths too? Yes, it's got some very cool things. Do you still want to show it, Chang? show off Triclops. Okay, we're gonna show off. We're gonna show that off. We're gonna show off Triclops form. 1 second. Let me open up
Alright.
Studio here.
We're finally gonna get something, finally gonna get another sneak peek.
I'm gonna be showing off Studio. 1 second, guys. I'll show you. I'll show you guys Triclops. I'll show you guys Triclops. Triclops is cool. Again, the visual for it will be shown on the YouTube channel. So if you want to see Triclops, you'll have to tune into the YouTube real quick to see it. I'm not going to show the cutscene. I'm just going to show the form. And I'll explain some details about it. So let me get it running. I have to set my path and everything, so it'll take a second. So while I pull this up, I'll answer another question. What do you have planned for Super Saiyan Burnout? I can say this, it's very cool. It's a lot of people are saying, oh, watch it just be Super Saiyan Burnout 2. That's not going to be the case. It's going to be a completely separate, unique form after that. We've said it before, and I'll say it again. We take a lot of inspiration from One Piece for Super Saiyan Burnout, so just keep that in mind. SMC Duff, will we ever see the NPC system being reworked? The answer is no. Flat out no, because it just isn't ideal for us to do that. Yeah. Yeah.
He's on DBOG, you can hear it.
Yeah, dude. Either that or make a new game. Yeah.
Can people stop asking if beef will be a thing?
Let me equip the skill real quick here, guys. I'm almost there. It takes me a while because I gotta do a lot of steps to change race and everything. Here it is. Go into the form. Okay. I think this is the best way I can show it. Okay. I'm gonna be reeling Triclops in 5, 4,
Bruh.
3,
Bray,
2,
come on.
1.
I'm about to say, you can't just, like, not show us.
Alright. This is Triclops. Let me change tabs real quick so I can see the chat.
Okay, so this is the one path that I don't have.
This is what forearm mark looks like. You've got the 4 arms here. This will be the Triclops Paths Part 2. The aura isn't finalized. It's still work in progress, but this is what it looks like. If I turn the aura off, you'll kind of see a little bit better. And it will have its own custom idol and its own animation. I don't know, I'm glitching around. I think someone's working on fighting styles right now. I look so buggy. You can tell it's unfinished. But yeah, this will be Triclops' second form. It's got its own fighting style and it's got its own idol and animations. Alright, let me stop showing this. I don't want to leak anything else that's important. Alright, let me stop that. Alright, that was Triclops. Huge leak. Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna scroll down. I'm gonna jump to present, to be honest. And I'm gonna do another now. So if you haven't asked your question, I'll give you 10 seconds to post a new one. If you guys are pinging me, by the way, in the questions channel, I'm just gonna ignore them. Just type your questions like normal. So I'm gonna send the message in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, whoa. Like, I think I was underprepared. Alright. Have you thought about adding HP recovery to the transformation so that you can start a fight with Super Saiyan and switch to stronger forms? We have thought about that before, but the current thing with how forms work in DBOG is they are, what's the word for it? They don't affect your max health at all, nor do they affect your current health. So we'd have to do a pretty large systematic change to forms. And there are a lot of forms in DBOG. So something like that would take us forever. And it's something we really haven't considered just because health doesn't change when you transform. But that's honestly not a bad suggestion that I'm probably going to write down in case we do want to add something like that as a mechanic. Will y'all ever change homogenization, way of absorption, or add an option to not take person's clothes because it messes up with the trip? Okay. There's only two things we've got for not for homogenization, for absorption, period. Absorption's a minigame might change. We haven't fully decided if this is going to be the case or not. We were thinking of making it like WASD, first one to finish WASD wins that battle. So if you are a Majin and you absorb someone, and it'll be like a WASD minigame, the person who wins first would basically either absorb or not be absorbed. The other thing is, it's possibly going to get a slight nerf to how strong absorption is, just because it's so overpowered. Nobody can tell anybody otherwise. We have the raw data. Absorption is just really powerful, so it might get a nerf. But we're not 100% sure there.
I mean, changing it to WASD is already pretty much a nerf as it is.
What will happen to the passive abilities?
Because then at that point, you can't just button mash to
what
win.
happens with your
So
path
that's
ability
pretty
is
much a
it does
nerf
not
on
change.
its own.
Your path ability is just the secondary ability you get for selecting a path. To put it frankly, is I think you having a secondary ability is already incredibly strong. Adding a secondary effect to it or doing an upgraded version of it will simply just make you too OP.
But isn't that the point?
So that's kind of where we stand on it. As far as passability goes, they're probably not going to change much. I know for a fact that there are some
I'm like
changes
hitting
coming
and
to
not
path
hitting at the same
abilities.
time. Like, isn't it
As
the
an
point to
example,
get like more overpowered?
Paths,
Especially with how bosses are in
for
this
example,
game, dude.
Hybrid Primal Super Saiyan 4 is absurdly busted, so that might get a nerf. Ethereal might get a buff or a rework. Monstrous is getting a buff. I think Rage might get a small buff.
Yeah,
or
I'm sorry, Gray,
fix.
but I hate to be
Things
that
like
guy.
Inner
I
Gates right
hate
now
to
has
be
a
that
bug
guy,
where
but
the
like,
dampen effect happens
if you're gonna
100% of the
like
time,
nerf
it's
and
60-20.
buff, like,
And that's just
especially
a
if you're gonna
bug
nerf
that
certain
fixes
paths,
what
like, with how current bosses
So
are,
there are some changes going on path abilities,
at
but
this point, like, you just need to add a path reset, dude. I don't want to be that guy. I have been an advocate for people not asking for path resets, but the Super Saiyan 4 nerf might just justify it. I'm sorry, but like that's just
Black Arc, that's
how
more
I
likely
see it,
gonna
dude.
come after paths. Essentially what we'd be redoing, and it's something that we've been slowly doing, as you've been seeing, we've been reworking every single map slowly but surely. South Earth kind of brought in the wave of new style of maps. Then we completely reworked Namek. Then we completely reworked Earth. The next big rework is more than likely gonna be Future. And
Yeah.
that'll include the Goku Black Saga.
Yeah, but like
Again, that'll
like
be
I
after
said,
paths, but more than likely when we drop Goku Black, there will be a redone Future. And I saw
Like I
a
said
spam
in
in the
previous
YouTube channel,
videos and
people saying
streams.
rework space. It is planned, but I wouldn't expect that to come this year. And if it does come this year, it'll be like way late into this year.
okay, so
but
Path
for
Part
the most
3, we
part,
should
it'll
not expect
be
it to come this year.
essentially,
Like I said
when we
before.
need to, we'll rework something. And the next map rework that would be coming would be Future, because realistically and truly, I genuinely think it's the worst looking map. And I think a lot of the other devs agree, and a lot of players agree with that statement. So Future is next when it comes to map rework. Can you make the data of the poll public after a certain point? You know what? I think that should be okay. Once enough time passes and enough data comes out for the poll, I'll make it public, because I know some people like to see numbers and stats and stuff. Let's see here. Will there be new mentors / skills outside of path techniques next update? I don't think so, right, Cheng? I don't know if we decided on one or not. Yeah.
You know, we can't hear what Chang is saying on the
Yeah,
YouTube.
we do have a limited team, so it I want to say more than likely not. There's a slim chance that we do, but more than likely there won't be anything outside of path techniques and path missions. Just because the sheer amount of stuff we have to do for this to work. Let's see here. Is there going to be a new level cap? More than likely, it's not going to be as big of a jump as ROF was, but there will be a level cap increase.
Yeah, we're not getting a whole another
The one I get all
250
the time,
levels.
are we getting more races? The answer is not at the moment, but in the future, there is a possibility of more races. It's just at the current stage for DBOG, it's not ideal for us to add a new race.
And the more you you answer that question, the more you got people thinking that we're getting more races.
I'll reinstate this because I didn't mention earlier, and I should have. I think when it comes to paths, the reason why it hasn't come out sooner or split up or anything is we don't like to release. At least the new team doesn't like to release forms that are stronger than others without others also being there to counteract them. As an example, it would be highly unfair to the game's balance, progression, and PvE if we dropped Super Saiyan Blue, but we didn't drop Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't make sense. Because then whoever chose the blue path will have a huge significant upgrade in comparison to those who didn't have that path. And it would just be unfair. That's why this update takes a while, because we do every single path all at once. Just to kind of keep everything fair for everybody.
So for those of y'all who were complaining about ROF, that's exactly the point that I was making.
Not do them all at the same time.
Whenever people ask why didn't we get Super Saiyan Blue and
any
ROF.
clothing revamps for older outfits? You got anything to say on that, Cheng? Okay, simple answer, no. Will Aiden Sane 1 finally be banned this update? Yes. Goodbye, Aiden. I don't know who that is. Oh wait, Aiden Sane. No, that's Aiden. Aiden, no, he could stay. I like Aiden.
Bro.
Oh, question to Bam Bobby. Yeah, I see here he's been spamming the DPOG stage. Is it still coming in April? Not for you, Bobby. For everyone, yeah, but for you, no. You don't get it. Gonna be next.
Bruh.
Let's see here. How long on average will it take to do one path form? We haven't gone into deep testing where we can get you a good time frame.
Bro, like, why are you asking that question? Why are you even asking that question? We have full power Super Saiyan.
I think he means like to actually do it in game, not like how long it takes to develop. To develop 2 or 3 weeks, yeah. To actually complete in game, maybe like it's hard to say. It's like we don't know the numbers, but I would say anywhere from 30 minutes to like 2 hours, depending on how quickly you play the game and your playstyle. It also depends on what path you're doing, how you do it, and how lucky you get for some races. It is a huge huge thing to go over. Any news about clan content? I have been planning some. Oh, go ahead, sir. Yeah, we do have some ideas for clans and how to make it overall better. It's something that we released with sadly a little lackluster. I think the way we planned it would have worked back in maybe like 2017, 2018. But with how much Roblox has developed and how different things are, I think the way we went about it isn't very updated. So more than likely we want to expand on it. But a big thing for me in my case is clan revolves a lot of PvP content. And I think combat as a whole needs to be looked at further. So if you're expecting clan content, it would more than likely be after we go over combat. So that's a good time frame to go over. For those of you curious about combat rework, there's still stuff planned. However, paths is taking full priority, like Cheng has said multiple times. There is a lot to go over. So we just have a limited team in a sense of like, we can't just have someone do something and someone else do something and expect everything to drop all at once. Currently, the whole team's locked in and focused on doing all of paths. After paths, will there be more development and more consistent updates? It's just currently there's so much we have to do. We need everyone hands on deck to kind of do this update. Let's see here. Can we get a sneak peek of Divine Kai's? If not a sneak peek, a hint. Just look at Zamasu. That's the best way I can give you any information on Divine Kai. Look at how he evolves through the show, and you'll kind of, if you can put 2 and 2 together and figure out what's coming next.
Yeah, we're getting a beat offhand.
Let's see here.
Brother, can you stop spamming that? Like, dude.
Super Saiyan 4 Daima, are they gonna get a Super Saiyan 4 limit
Like,
breaker
at this
variant?
point, Gray is like deliberately ignoring
The
that
answer
question
is no,
because you
but
keep
I
spamming
think
it.
currently, if you have the Daima variant of Super Saiyan 4,
You know who you
you'll
are.
still
You know who I'm
retain the
talking
Super
about.
Saiyan 4 Daima body style. It just won't have like a visual or transformation difference like how Super Saiyan 4 did. So it'll have a difference in the sense of it'll have a different body style, but it'll still use the same cutscene and transformation. Let's see here. Favorite part about Paths Part 2? Personally, it's got to be the new techniques. They have a lot of time put into them, like I've said before. It's very nice. I think techniques are actually going to be fun to use this update. The last update, they were cool to see and use, but they weren't really crazy. I think this update highlights what we can do with techniques a lot better, and they are going to be fun to play with, and they can change playstyle significantly. Let's see here. Trying to see questions that I haven't already read. I'm seeing a lot of duplicate questions, so I'm gonna do the thing I do where I type in #now, and I'll read the questions after that. If you guys also, again, just reinstating, if you guys ping me in your question, or if you guys do like the large text, I'm just gonna gloss over them. So I'm gonna send this message in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dude, yeah, like I have to scroll up several times to get to my now. What are the path multipliers gonna be? Should I answer that, Chang, or should I keep it? Okay, so I think currently it's a 5x multiplier, right? No. Yeah, no, yeah. Wait, what even are path multipliers? It's 4x or 5x? 5x? So then, yeah, Paths Part 2 is probably going to be a 6x. So it'll be another 1 jump. We might even mess around and make it higher, but for now, the idea is it's probably going to be a 6x multi. Let's see here. Will there be a map rework for Otherworld? The answer is not at the moment. We did rework Otherworld slightly to make it better. Currently, I don't think it really needs much of a rework. It's a very simple area. If we do need to add more content there, then maybe. But as far as I'm aware, I don't think so. Let's see here. But yeah, for those of you on YouTube, because I don't think YouTube can hear Chang. Someone asked a question about clothing / moveset presets. The answer is we have been talking about it, but more than likely after Paths Part 2 or Paths Part 3. I realize that YouTube can't hear you for some reason.
That's actually a good change. Like, if they do it after Paths Part 2,
I think it's just something I have on Discord that I've got to tweak up. I don't know where to start.
That would just be a really good change if they do that, if they can pull that off. Because you can switch between different presets for different scenarios. Like that would be awesome. And then with how many forms there are, you can switch between like presets for forms too.
Repeating what Chang said for YouTube, someone asked if there's going to be Heroes content. The answer is yes at some point. It'll just depend on where we need to fit them to and how we need to fit them.
I mean, y'all got GT done. I mean, y'all can fit it in when y'all add in other sagas for Super.
Unique questions, really. I feel like it's just a lot of people asking about path informations. Any raffle path buff coming? Yeah, Legendary is going to get a buff when it comes to its ability. Will you ever add a Zykor path? Probably not, because the legend form's there and he doesn't have anything unique. Let's see here.
He doesn't have anything unique other than the fact that he's Zykor and he exists, and that's just how it works.
Yeah, if you're just not getting stacking. Holy. Okay, I'm not seeing any more unique questions. All I see is a lot of repeat of like people asking about Limit Breaker.
Man,
are we going to add a party system? Probably not. If we do, it'll be simple, but more than likely not.
Someone that asked if Mechikabura was going to be next.
What about Ascension
They're
forms?
Doing Demigra.
Ascension forms aren't going to be planned about, talked about, or theorized about until after past part 3. So we're far away from that to the point where we haven't considered anything about Ascension forms at the moment. Like, obviously, we know Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego is coming in it. As far as anything after that really goes, there really isn't really anything concrete just because we're not talking about it.
Is gonna have
because
Ultra
it's
Instinct.
too early for us to talk about it. So we kind of...
Ascension Pass is gonna have Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego, Beast, Orange, Black Frieza. That's the 5 main ones we already know that's coming. So people that keep asking when we're getting Beast, when we're getting Orange Piccolo, when we're getting Ultra Instinct or Ultra Ego, stop asking. That's when it's coming out. I just missed that whole thing that he said right there instead of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Will there be a new animations for flying, charging, idle in the animation shop? Probably not this update, but that is something we want to make more of. We don't have anything really planned for it, but that's something that we do want to add more of. Will level 100 to 400 forms get more regums for other races? Maybe. We're not 100% too sure. It is a lot of work to do cutscenes and whole transformation sequence. So more than likely not. Yeah. Respectfully, we know our player base, the unfortunate, not the unfortunate, but the truth period is that 83% of our players are Saiyans. So if we do add all this detail to the early forms and stages, more than likely the majority of people aren't going to be seeing them. And it wouldn't be ideal for us to spend 2 to 3 weeks worth of development cycle to add one cutscene, you know? It doesn't make sense for us. What's my favorite cookie? I like a chocolate chunk cookie. What about you, Chang? Chang don't eat cookie. You heard it here. Someone call him on that. Is the model for Super Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker going to be different from Super Dragon Ball Heroes, or is it going to stay the same? Thank you, Anime, for the dono. I didn't even know I had donos enabled for YouTube. Is the model for Super Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker going to be different from Super Dragon Ball Heroes, or is it going to stay the same? Do they have a different body type in Heroes? I thought it was the same as Super Saiyan 4, but just like a lighter pink.
It technically is.
Yeah. Yeah, different color for if you have Daima, it'll look like Daima still. But there's no transformation or technique difference. isn't Planet in like anything Heroes related, kind of like that, or anything like brand new Xenoverse, is probably not going to come for a good bit. Let's see here. There's so many questions. Are there going to be more fighting styles? I'm not 100% sure if we're going to be adding more fighting styles. There is a lot currently. If we do, it'll probably be after Path's update. Let me see here. Bro, my shirt keeps blowing up on specific forms. Is there going to be a toggle for it to not happen? Yeah. There will be an option at some point in the future. Probably in the options, but it's in the future. I'm repeating it for YouTube, by the way, because for some reason YouTube can't read. How do I disable donations? I don't want money. Thank you everyone who's donated on YouTube. I really appreciate it. I wasn't expecting to get anything.
You don't want to give me some of that, bro.
I don't.
I'm struggling over here.
Disable it in the future. Thank you, John. John, will Frieza race have their own clothing?
Hell, give me some of that.
Don't they
don't
already
want it,
have
I'll take
clothing?
it.
Yeah, Cooler has his own variation. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, Chang's got all his plays, so probably not anytime soon. Rip Act, will we get any mastery for all the skills to keep them unique based on how much you perfect the skill? We had an idea somewhat similar to it at some point to make skills kind of like balanced to themselves, kind of like a move mastery where like if you get a certain mastery stage, it goes up. But that is going to be a lot of work, so it's something that we have planned at some point, but not anytime soon. You and the devs are doing great. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Dark. I appreciate it. Guys, I thank you guys for the donations, but I don't want them. How do I turn that off? I feel bad. Do you enjoy our support? Thank you for this game. I do enjoy your support. It does mean a lot to us. It gives us motivation to kind of keep working on the game. Realistically, truly, and ultimately, if this game wasn't as successful and people didn't enjoy it as much as they do at the end of the day, it probably wouldn't be where it's at right now. We probably wouldn't spend as much time as we do. I've said this before, but a lot of us work full-time jobs outside of development. Development on DBOG for most of us is a hobby. It's something we do on the side. None of us do this for a job. So we don't have an absurd amount of time to work on it, but we do take time of our day and everything just to kind of work on this. So again, thank you everyone for your support. We really do appreciate it, truly. We love this game. It just takes time, you know, like that's the main thing. A lot of us do work and are busy with our lives. Most of us, yeah.
Chang's probably talking right now. Probably opening it up on
Yeah, sadly. As far as dates go, we try to be as transparent as we can about it. When we need delays, we'll tell you guys there's delays, and we'll tell you why there's delays, and we're not going to lie to you guys about why we have a delay. I think it's pointless for us to lie and say we're lying because of this, but I would just rather tell you the truth. If we have to delay for blank reason, we'll just tell you straight up how it is. It's a small team, and the game is quite literally from 2018. We're at the 8-year mark. And, you know, we've been working on this game for a while. There will be, I mean, before we know it, it's going to be 2028, and this game will be officially a 10-year-old game. You know, so this game's... we got to wrap it up quickly. Maybe we'll wrap it up at the 10-year mark. Who knows? But but yeah, I mean, this game has lasted and withstood the test of time. It's going to be out for a long time. So we've been working hard. I'll answer one more question. So I'm going to find a good question to ask. Gotta find a good question. Ask the question one more time, Chang. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Chang is basically bringing up, like, someone asked if there would be like a
will we have a smaller
updates.
team for smaller updates and another team for big updates? The answer is sadly no. With how the game is set up, it's very hard for us to kind of split the team into two, for a team to do smaller updates and a team to do bigger updates, because if the team on a bigger update changes something, the team on the smaller update might accidentally push it out and it'll release a half-fledged out feature. On the other hand, if a small team is constantly doing updates and system changes, it's going to be hard for the people who are doing a major update to keep track and follow along with the new minor updates for the game. So it's actually hard for us to kind of split work like that without stepping on each other's toes. There's only so much we can do, and we can have different places and they can work separately. But then the other challenge is we would need someone to constantly be combining everything together. That's kind of that's just the best way to put it simple. Is it's not going to be easy for us to combine. Someone asks, are we planning on revamping any game passes? We're probably still looking to add more to the Time Controller pack. We still think it's one of the least established packs. That's kind of as far as it goes. Someone else asked if there are any new game passes or transactions coming, and I don't think we have anything for this update, to be honest.
Listening to this on Discord, then listening to this on stream is like really.
Someone asked a question, but I can't answer.
Because the stream is like 15 seconds behind.
I would like to answer that question, but I can't yet. There's so many questions. Yeah, no, Fusion isn't getting preset. It kind of just, there's a formula that goes into it. Maybe I can figure out a way I could share it so people can kind of like Fusion calculate like what they're going to get by fusing. Oh, hairs, preset hairs? Probably not, no. That'd be too complicated because there's so many possibilities.
Talked about and wanting for a while? Hold up.
I'm going to go over it again because I know that there's a lot of new people kind of tuning in.
So he's going to talk about how there's like...
I did mention earlier that there are 2 new paths coming this update. One that you expect and have talked about several times and people have been wanting for a while. And then there's another path that you might not expect as much that's also coming out. But will make sense once it's there.
The one that we might expect would be a Bojack path, just because Bojack...
Will the Black Market have moves added to it from past events like JDK and Bleach? The answer is... yeah, in the future, but it might be a different mechanic from the Black Market, or it might be the Black Market. We haven't fully decided on it. That's kind of what we got.
Just add a mini map.
Okay.
Just add a mini map that will show the Black Market when you're near it. That would solve that whole thing instantly.
I don't think I have anything else really to kind of talk about. So I think we'll end it there with that one being the last question. I don't think I have any finishing statements. We've been here for, I think, an hour or two, so I don't want to go on too long. So again, thank you everyone for watching. We'll still be probably get back to work shortly after this little thing. Expect another sneak peek or teaser video sometime within this week or next week. Just kind of depends on how we feel and where we're at. Let me think. What else? I feel like I had something else I wanted to say.
So no release date yet?
No, yeah, I think I got everything. I'm just double checking my list to make sure I went through over everything I wanted to go over.
Okay, so Chang just talked about the if someone asked if they're adding any like OG Dragon Ball stuff, and like most likely no, we're not getting that.
Check the M-Shanks real quick. Yeah, I'll do it in a bit. Okay. Yeah, looks like that's everything I have for you guys. Again, thank you guys, everyone, for tuning in. I really appreciate all the support you guys show. We're gonna get back to work basically right after this. Hopefully you guys got a lot of your questions answered. You guys heard a lot of information. It's going to be really fun to see the new update and seeing everyone with the new forms. You know, looking back at how this game's progressed. If you were to ask me 2 years ago, would DBOG have Super Saiyan Blue or Super Saiyan Gun or anything like that, I would have told you no. But here we are now. So huge shout out to the dev team. They're working really hard. Shout out to Lean doing great work on those missions. Shout out to Satas doing an incredible job on the hairs. Oreo making faces for everything. Sonny doing excellent with the techniques and code. Yez doing a great work with the UI. Pop working really hard on secret unique content that's coming into the game that I haven't talked about, nor will I talk about. Thank you to Kami and Cosmic for your art, Steam for your incredible sound effects. The updates wouldn't be the way they are. Cheng for your models. Our community managers, Brewer, for always doing supports. Shout out to Big Max for handling the Discord, and Dogcat for handling the clan community. And that's kind of it. And thank you guys most of all for showing your constant support and love to us. We really try hard to get you guys a good Dragon Ball game, one that is a lot of fun, or we try to make it as fun as it can be. With
it's fun.
Sadly, how old the game is.
It's just
so again,
I can't
stress
content.
enough. Thank you guys.
A lot of people
hope everyone has a great day, and I love to hear from you guys again soon.
Which is usually that's what's
and
bound
Chang,
to
all I
happen.
know is, dude, Bojack's are gonna be eating good, bro.
Oh yeah.
Ooh-wee.
We're getting that Bojack path, bro. We're getting that Bojack path. Alright, so basically Bojack path confirmed. We are finally getting a path for Bojack. So, about friggin' time. But, yeah, guys, that's it. He just ended stream, and he just, disconnected from the, DBOG stage, like, about half a minute ago, so, yeah. Anyways, guys, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Do make sure to leave a like down below, make sure to subscribe as well as turn on notifications. We have not gotten a release date yet. They usually, make sure to have a release date ready. But, not this time, so... yeah, so just expect a trailer soon, guys. But, anyways, that's it. So, I will see you guys in the next video. Do make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And, see y'all in the next one. Peace.